In this video, we are going to center up a card graded by PSA that did earn a PSA 10. And the reason why we're going to do this is because we know what they're looking for when we center up a card they've already assigned a 10 to. You center up one of those cards and it'll give you a good idea for where cards that you're grading need to be, cards from this specific set. And the card we're going to do and the set we're going to do is 1987 Donruss, and we're going to do the Diamond Kings Jose Canseco card. It's important to know what PSA considers centered, so when it's your turn to consider a card for submission, you can get the centering right. So let's just get right into it. Hey folks, my name is Todd, owner and operator of Gem10. I make card grading tools for those of us who are serious about card grading. I'm a lifetime baseball card collector, and over the last few years, I've committed myself to learning everything that I can about pre-grading cards so that I can submit better and stronger to PSA. Like many of you, a few of my first PSA submissions were absolute dumpster fires, and that's where my dedication to perfecting the art of the grade one card at a time started. And like many of you, at first, grading cards seemed simple. I mean, I've done cards my entire life, just like many of you have. And the reality is that grading cards is simply not easy. Even though we think it's going to be easy, it's not. It takes a lot of learning to begin to figure out and get it right. And that's what I'm all about. As you know, centering is one of the 5 main components that professional graders at PSA, BGS, SGC, CGC, TAG, and AGS and others use to evaluate cards for grading. In my experience, I've found that centering is an easy way to eliminate cards from consideration because as you shuffle through them, you can quickly and easily identify cards that are clearly off and get rid of them out of the submission pile. But then there's going to be cards that are close for one way or the next, and that's where the centering tools come in. That's where doing your homework ahead of time comes in, establishing a baseline so that you can make educated calls on a card and submit stronger at the end of the day. Like I said, the first thing I do is I find a PSA 10 card on eBay for a set that I'm wanting to do. And any variation of a card within a set that I might be grading, I'm going to need to do this with one of those cards, at least one. Maybe I do it with 2 or 3 actually. But I size it up properly under one of my Gem10 tools, and every tool comes with a legend with percentages so that you can quickly and easily determine if a card should be sent in or not based on the percentages. But the tools help establish a baseline so that you know what you're looking at when you're looking at it. As for this Jose Canseco 1987 Donruss card, you can see that it squares up really nicely under the Gem10 centering tool and seems to have, at first glance, standard 3mm borders almost all around. Even if the card isn't displaying perfectly, that's what we have here. 3mm borders, top, bottom, right, and left. Although the bottom does appear to be a 4mm bottom. In the close-up, we can see here 3mm along the top border, the right side and the left side squaring up almost perfectly. The bottom is the same thing, however, with the right and left, but there is 4mm on the bottom. So maybe a more perfectly centered Jose Canseco Diamond King card is going to be 3.5 on top and 3.5 on the bottom. So knowing this, it's going to be something that you're going to need to consider and look at the rest of the card. If that's the only problem, maybe it's worth sending in, particularly if it's a high value card. If it's a lower value card, maybe you'll pass on it if it's got the it's a little off by 3 at the top and 4 at the bottom. Historically, PSA has been looser on centering perfection from the top to the bottom and much more of a stickler on the left and right. Moving on to the rear of the card, we can see just about the same thing. 3mm borders all the way around. In fact, I think on this particular card, centering's better on the back than on the front, which is unusual. I've found historically that centering is atrocious on the back oftentimes, even when it's perfect on the front. Zooming in on the top of the card, on the rear of the card, we are seeing a perfect 3mm top, left, and right. And as we move to the bottom, we're seeing the same thing. The back of this card just has tighter centering than the front, which again is kind of unusual. Always be sure to check the centering on the back of the card along with the corners, edges, and surface, both physical problems on the surface as well as print problems. People often forget that the back of the card exists, and a lot of PSA 8s and 9s and even less are derived from cards where people blew off looking at the back of the card. So it's terribly important to look at the back of the card. And if you have trouble remembering to do the back of the card, simply start with the back of the card and go from there. Another thing to keep in mind, and I touched on this a minute ago when I said that I evaluate any style of card within a set, keep in mind that the Diamond King set is a set inside the set, much like an insert set or, a bonus set or something like that. And a lot of the times the borders on an insert or a subset can differ from the base cards and other cards in the set. So if you're gonna do a set break and you're gonna grade various cards from the set, you wanna make sure to check the centering on all the different variations so that you have it correct. Don't presume that because you have 3mm borders on one card that you're gonna have 3mm borders on the other card. In the end, I've always found that centering is the quickest way to eliminate cards, or if you wanna look at it in another way, it's the easiest way to qualify cards for potential submission as you move them down the line through the various checkpoints that you're going to place on the card. And of course, I get asked a lot on Instagram, where can people get the Gem10 centering and leveling tools that I offer? And you can go straight to gem10.com and find those. There's links down in the description and comments of the video. And you can just simply go to gem10.com and it'll take you right there. The tools do come in black and white, which I do recommend both because when you put a white tool over a white card, it's hard to see the white. If you put a black tool over the black card, or a dark card, it's hard to see the black. So you've got the white cards for the dark cards, or the white tools for the dark cards, and the black tools for the light cards. These tools have everything you need to get the job done, including rulers on both sides of the tools for good measure. And they're inexpensive enough that if it saves you from submitting 2 or 3 cards, you're gonna be way ahead. And of course, the tools will last you for life. By the way, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the video, consider sharing, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like me to center up. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos like this in the future. And stick around through the end of the video. I've got a kind of a commercial that I've made about my Gem10 products, and it's for dealers, people with a store, people who do card shows, people who like to double their money, people who do eBay, whatever. You can get cases of my Gem10 tools in a display box for your store, for your trade show, baseball card show, poker, it doesn't matter. These tools work on all cards. Check out the video, and you can also get these tools over on the website, gem10.com. Check it out. It's a great product, and you can double your money really quick having one of these on your table or on your counter in your store. Thank you for watching the video. More to come. Take care, and I enjoyed having you with me. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll do more videos for you here in the future. So what I have here is a Gem10 trading card and centering tool case of individual tools that are ready for mailing. And let me do a little walkthrough about what you've got when you buy one of these as a dealer, a card shop, a seller, somebody who does trade shows, whatever. Let's dive right into it. So what we have here is the trading card and centering tool case. This is for dealers and card shops and people who do trade shows and that sort of thing. You can flip the lid up and display it just like you would a normal baseball card box. There are 50 trading card tools in here that are individually enveloped. They are ready for mailing. They have a zip enclosure on the back. You've got the address. You get a couple of tools on the inside, plus you get an instruction card, which is not featured in this video. White for the dark cards, and then you get the dark, which you see here. The dark doesn't work really well on the dark cards, but it works well on the light cards. So you're getting a dark and a light tool so that whatever kind of card you're looking at, you can see the measurements and determine if the card is worth sending in or not. And these cases are ready to go. 50 in a case. You can refill the case if you don't want to buy the box a second time. The boxes are kind of expensive, but you will double your money on these. These will fly out the door. They are ready to go. And of course, if you do any online sales, because you have the zip tie on the back, this is an envelope. It's a stiff envelope. It's ready to be shipped, and you can slap a label on either side of it and pitch it right in the mail, ready to go ready for your countertop, a beautiful item that allows you to double your money.